Hey Liberty family, Pastor Eric here. It is Passion Week. I'm recording this on the Monday before Easter and just been so pumped what God done in our midst yesterday and so pumped about what He is going to do this coming weekend. So remember, we got our Good Friday night of worship this Friday at the Lula Depot, weather permitting. If the weather is bad, then we will come back to our campus. We're going to have it rain or shine. We're praying, so we want to ask you to join us in praying for that weather to have us an opening Friday evening. Love Your Neighbor Ministries will be serving a meal at 7, and then at 7:30, we will begin our worship gathering together. Those time frames will not change no matter if we're at the Lula Depot or here at Liberty. And then also we have 2 chances for everyone to come and gather on Easter Sunday, 8 a.m. and then 10:15 a.m. Both exact same services, exact same message. We're just making room for all the people that you've invited to come and join us. And then we'll have breakfast for everybody from 9:15 to 10 in between the 2 gatherings. So I'm so excited. We've almost had 7,000 invitations go out in the past couple weeks to invite people to join us for our Good Friday night of worship and also for Easter at Liberty on Easter Sunday. So we've almost had 700 of these Easter invite coins. That's personal invites that you have taken from our campus and went out and personally invited people. We've had over 6,000 mailers that have hit mailboxes in our area within a 5-mile radius of our church. 6,000 plus have went out in the past week. And then not counting all the social media engagement with our events on Facebook where you've helped to share those. And man, we're just expecting God to send our community to us for Easter, for us to be able to share the gospel, for us to be able to love on our community and to show them that Jesus matters and that Jesus can make a difference in their life. So, hey, I know a lot of you are part of our dream team for Easter and you've got specific jobs, but I wanted to come with this video and ask our Liberty family for 6 things. I want to ask you to help 6 ways that you can help make an impact for the kingdom during Easter weekend. So number 1, I want you to specifically be praying and fasting. You pray to God about what you want to fast from this week, or maybe it's a day this week that you want to intentionally fast and pray for our Easter gatherings. For the 2 on Sunday, our Good Friday night of worship, be praying for our worship team. I covet your prayers. Be praying as the gospel is proclaimed. And be praying for every single person that will be gathering with us, that their hearts would be open to the gospel, that any blinders of the enemy that is in their lives, that the gospel light would shine through and just go right into that darkness. And we know that darkness can't do anything with that light when light comes in. And be praying for lives to be changed and for people to realize that Jesus truly matters. So we want to ask you to join us in fasting and praying in some type of way with the fasting, and pray without ceasing for God to move in a mighty way. Be praying over those names that are on that wall that is in our sanctuary, of names of people that need a relationship with Jesus, and that they would be here or they would be somewhere this weekend to hear the gospel and for God to change their lives. So that's number 1. Number 2, we want to encourage you to keep inviting. If you need some more of these coins, we've got about 200 more here at the church. If you need them, hit me up. We'll find a way to get you some more if you need them. Use Facebook, use Instagram, use social media. We've got the events made on Facebook that's easy for you to share on your page. Invite people to come. And then just that personal invite, asking somebody to come and join you to worship at either 8 or 10:15. Man, there's so many people that say by statistics that if someone would invite them to go to church, that they would probably go. So I want to encourage you, church, go out, be bold, just do a simple invite. Have a conversation with your neighbor, with your coworkers, with your family, and invite them to come and join you. So number 3, I want to ask our Liberty family if there's any way possible for you to come worship in the 8 a.m. service, just to make sure. We know that the 10:15 is probably going to be the more attended service. But man, if you can, come and worship in that 8 o'clock service and then stay for the 10:15 just to be greeters and to welcome people. But we want to ask you to come, if possible, to that early service and worship. And then if there's room, you can worship with us again in the 10:15. But we want to remind you that, man, we are expecting to have 2 packed services. So we are going to have overflow over in the fellowship hall that'll be available, that'll be live streamed right there on the television. We want to ask our Liberty family, if you see the room is getting full, that we want to ask you to sacrifice for this weekend and to go to the overflow to give your seat to our community that's coming to join us. So like I said, it's a sacrifice for this weekend for the gospel. So we want to ask you to do that. Another thing we want to ask you to do is to be here early, and if possible, if you can, park around in the back lot in the field back behind the church. Let's leave our front parking spaces up along County Line Road. Let's leave that for all of our community that'll be joining us, so they have a place to park that's closer, so that they don't have to walk across the field. So I want to ask you to get here early. If you can, park in the back somewhere. That way it's opening up parking spaces for those families. We also want to remind you what I said this Sunday. When you come into worship, we want to ask our Liberty family to move up front. I know, right, that we like to sit in the back, right? But we want to ask you for this Sunday especially to move up and to move out, to leave those inner seats for people coming in, because like I said, we're expecting a full house. So we want to ask you to help us with that by simply moving up and then moving to the outer walls to leave those end seats up. And then last thing, the 6th thing we want to ask you to do to help us make an impact for Easter is to smile, be friendly, and welcome everyone. Get here early. If you're not part of the greeting team, guess what? You can be part of the greeting team. Be a smiling face outside, or if you want to do it on the inside of the gathering room where you're just walking around shaking people's hands. Man, Liberty, you do such a wonderful job at that. But I just want to highly encourage you this weekend when we have an opportunity, right? I just preached about this past Sunday about looking for opportunity. Well, here is an opportunity for us to love on our community, for us to love on families that's going to be joining us, that someone has invited or they've got an invite through the mail that's going to show up. And man, let's show them the love of Christ through our actions, through our reactions, and through our worship. So, hey, I cannot wait to worship with you this weekend. So make plans to join us Friday night, 7:30 at the depot. If it's raining, be looking for communication. If we make the decision to come back to our campus, we'll either be there or we'll be right here on 7439 West County Line Road. And then, of course, Sunday. Hey, remember, if you're part of the Dream Team, if you're serving in children's church, nursery, one of those things, anything that you're serving on the Dream Teams, we want to ask you to at least be here at the latest 15 minutes before it's time for you to be there, to make sure that we're ready to receive all of our community that will be joining us. So church, I love you so much. I'm excited. I hope you're praying. I hope you're coming, expecting God to speak into your life. Remember, hey, invite, then show up, ready to worship for Easter at Liberty. God bless, and as always, go light it up for the King.